What's going on, guys? It's your boy Worthy Prince coming at ya with another First Descendant video, and today, guys, I'm going to be going over Hailey, the new Descendant that just came out yesterday. Now, I've been playing Hailey since yesterday and working on some upgrades, putting a build together, and I've got a pretty cool, exciting build to share with you today. Now, this is not a complete build because the Transcendent mods, the red mods, have not been released with the Descendants. So, because who knows what those red mods could contain, they could change the skills in such a way that it could alter the build. I don't want to fully catalyze out all of her slots just yet. I'd rather wait and see what the red mods are saying before I go ahead and finish off maxing her out. But the prospect of potentially adding more power to this build that I've got right now, not just through red Transcendent mods, but through other means as well that I still am yet to do, is kind of an exciting prospect because she's already causing insane damage. She is a full-on boss killer, and I'm going to demonstrate that to you very shortly. Already with the build I have now causing massive damage, and in the next few days I'm going to be able to improve it even more, and I'll bring you that content when that comes around, and I'll talk about what I'm going to do in a few days in a bit as well. So before we start off with the build and just showing you what she can actually do right now, let me just quickly run over the skills which she comes with and explain them a little bit for you in case any of you guys are a bit kind of confused with how these skills work. So first of all, we have our number one, which is Cryo Round. It fires off a very quick blast of 9 rounds at a group of enemies or a single target if there's a single target there. And you're going to be inflicting stacks of cryo on the target, which is actually going to make you do more damage by 50% every time you inflict that, which is extremely nice. There's also some extra buffs here as well, like action speed reduction as well, so it slows down the target too, like a chill effect kind of thing. So yeah, this is actually really nice. It's good to put this cryo onto enemies like Colossuses, Commanders, Elites, any enemy, to give you them cryo stacks, so when you then hit them with something else, maybe you're going to cause a bit more damage because you get additional damage when you get cryo stacks on them. It stacks 9 times as well, so the potential to get some pretty good damage there with that first skill. And then skill number 2 is Storm Snare. This is a good follow-up to doing the first one. This fires out a beam straight into an enemy and it causes massive damage on a huge scale. When you hit an enemy with this, they're going to know about it. You hit a boss with this, they're going to know about it too. This thing is deadly, and it also inflicts cryo on the target as well. Like the first one puts cryo on, this one does as well. A direct hit is going to stack 5 lots of cryo on the enemy, and the AoE hits to surrounding enemies are going to get 2 stacks as well. So keep putting that cryo on the enemy. That's just going to make you do more damage the more you hit it. And it's also some speed reduction as well when you hit them as well with stacks too. So yeah, it's kind of nice. Really good and huge damage. And then you got number 3, which is Cold Fury. Now this is basically a buff. You activate this and it starts freezing your legs and your body, and it makes you walk slower, but that's okay because you walk slower, but it's going to be increasing your critical hit rate and also giving you extra critical hit damage. Now the critical hit rate you're going to get is 2.5% with a stack of 16, which is like 40% extra critical hit rate. That's quite a lot of crit rate. So you're going to want to activate this first, build up those 16 stacks, and then go ahead and fire off this Storm Snare. Or even better, activate this number 3, then activate number 1 to build up 9 stacks of cryo, and then go ahead and use this Storm Snare, and you should do even more damage, which is extremely nice. And then moving on to number 4, we have the unique weapon. Now this is a unique weapon that bases its base damage based off the weapon you hold in your hand. And that's going to be becoming very important in a moment when I explain something else to you. But it says based off of your equipment that you have in your hand, it does give you extremely high additional damage. There's increased firearm attack. It comes with 4 bullets, but if your weapon has got an expanded weapon magazine on it, like for bigger clip size, that will affect this sniper rifle. So you'll be able to have maybe 6 bullets or 8 bullets or 9 bullets, depending on how much extra you've expanded your magazine. I think you can get, I mean, I got 6, but maybe you can do more, I don't know. But I got like 6 of mine because I put weapon expansion in. Now, every time you hit a weak point with this shot, every shot that goes in on a weak point is going to be giving you 15% of your MP recovery back as well. So that's kind of nice too. So that is basically how that works. All right, those are all the skills. It's pretty good. She does have a passive as well, which is quite important because it says proportional to the distance between the target and Hailey, the weak point damage decreases the closer it is to the target. So the further away you are, the 25 meters or more, the more weak point damage you're actually going to do. So don't try not to get too close, although for bosses, sometimes that can be a bit of a chore not being too close. You need, sometimes they get a bit close to you. But anyway, that's basically the passive, kind of an interesting one. So overall, her skills and passive are very, very interesting, and I was extremely looking forward to playing with her. So before we actually get into the build I've set up here today, I just want to quickly very much talk to you about the weapon. Now you can see I'm using Greg's Reverse Fate in my hand right now, and I've got a video up on the channel. You know, if you're interested in building a Greg's Reverse Fate, it's a solid gun. And I've also switched out the toxin thing I use here, or the enchanted bullet type here, and put expanded weapon charge in to give me that extra 49% on this gun, which will also give me more bullets in my actual gun itself, which is good. Something else which you'd also probably want to put in here is the weak point gold mod. It's not available on special rounds, so I can't use it, but I do believe it would affect your shots out of that sniper rifle. I believe it's actually on the impact rounds. So if I go over to one of my impact round guns, like my Nezestras, this weak point expansion, this would be extremely good to put on this as your, like, to get your first big weak point damage hit. I think it would definitely affect the unique weapon as well. Unfortunately, it's only available on green impact rounds and the heavy purple rounds for the sniper rifle. Now you might be saying, well, why is that a problem? Why don't you just go and get yourself one of those reactors and get yourself a sniper rifle? The problem is they've released this Descendant this week, and the reactor that I need, which is the singular reactor for chill that goes with the sniper rifle, is not available for the next few days. So I'm not able to farm the right reactor. And even though the base damage is based off of the weapon, if I use the sniper rifle now, even though it's got a much higher base attack, without having the right reactor equipped to have it mounted on it, it hits like a wet noodle. So yeah, unfortunately, I can't really take the damage to the next level, which it's gonna be. Once I get my sniper rifle in here with a sniper rifle reactor, oh my days, the damage is gonna pretty much double to what you're gonna see in this video today, and that's gonna be only in a few days time. So that's very exciting. I'm really looking forward to getting a new reactor to match up with the sniper rifle, so I can really take the unique number 4 ability to the next stage. But for now, I had to do with what I've got. So I've had to use Greg's Reverse Fate. As you can see, the reactor I'm using is got the mount, it's got chill and singular. Singular is obviously very important because the skills we're going to be pushing into are going to be the 2 for the Storm Snare and the 4, which is the Zenith. Both are singular skills, so you do need a singular reactor. And then I've got some pretty good skills down the bottom here: chill skill power boost and skill critical hit damage. Both very good for this build. So yeah, that's looking pretty good. Not perfect, but it'll do for the moment. And when it comes to the components, I was kind of torn with what to do with the components a little bit. There is another component set that does have like some sniper rifle extra damage. It's the one you get from the Snowwalker dude. So you could potentially use 2 pieces of that as well. That is another option. For now, I decided to go with 2 pieces on the Polar Knight auxiliary set. So you can see here I've got chill skill power 6.2% on the sensor, and that, so you can see this is what I went for here, just to start off with. Again, it's not fully optimized, but it will do for the moment. So yeah, I like that 2 set there, the chill skill power, and then I just went for the annihilation set for the second one. It had good stats that I wanted, like max HP, so I went for that. Skill duration isn't really going to help us with this build. Honestly, I think that the better option would be to go for the one which is the one that gives you the extra sniper and scout rifle damage. I've actually got it in my cabinet over here. It's this one here. You can see you get on the Frozen Heart, that's the one. And you can see here the 2 set is sniper rifle, critical hit rate 5%. So it's not really more damage, it's just a little bit of extra critical hit rate. I guess that could be maybe a little bit more valuable, even though it's not a lot, than skill duration. So that's just something to consider. Might be better off using a 2 set on that than the Annihilation set. So that's basically how my components are looking. The reactor, obviously not the best in slot, but it's going to have to do for the moment. Then going over to the actual build on the Descendant itself. So let's take a look at what we've done. You can see here, I've gone ahead and put 4 catalysts into this build. Now I've left 4 open, as well as the shock punch one as well. I haven't put nothing in there either. I'm happy with leaving 4 open here. So that way, if I need to change things a little bit, I do have the flexibility to do that. Obviously, they have updated the game as well with the ability to add more than 1 catalyst into each socket. Obviously, don't want to be doing that too much because it obviously costs catalysts, which I don't want to keep using like candy. But hopefully leaving 4 slots free, that'll give me the flexibility I need to kind of get the build exactly how I want when the red mods come out. But you can see this is what I'm actually running with currently. So we got the singular specialist because of course we're pushing into singular skills. We've got increased HP because we kind of want to stay alive as well. That would be nice. Plus I like to run around and do dungeons and stuff with her too. So having HP is just essential really. Front lines are for the skill critical hit damage and skill critical hit rate. Mostly the damage we're looking for here. Emergency measures, again, the rate is nice, the crit rate, but having the hit damage is also very important for us as well. Spear and shield for extra skill power. I did try out the spear and shield, and I also tried out the other one, which is the iron defense, and it seems like the skill power is performing a little bit better on this build as far as damage goes, so I went with spear and shield. Focus on chill to give us chill skill power at 77%, which is very nice indeed. A little bit of skill cooldown, although the skill cooldown isn't necessarily essential. And then we've got some skill critical hit damage at 115%. We couldn't avoid putting that in. That's huge. And then I also went for maximize conservation. Now I've only just recently switched this out. When I first done the build, I was using something a little bit different. I think it was MP accelerant or something. I don't know. This one, I was using MP conversion for extra skill cooldown, but skill cooldown isn't really that important. And to be honest with you, skill cost is much more valuable because with skill cost at 35% reduction, we're able to keep our 3 up a lot longer because it almost basically reduces the cost by almost half. So we're going to get a lot more time with our 3, which is going to be good for us because we're going to need to use that to start with. We've got to wait 16 stacks to get that, which doesn't take too long to max out the stacks. And then we've got to fire off our 2. Then we've got to start using our sniper rifle. So we want that up as long as possible. So having the cost reduction is really, really nice. And you lose a little bit of skill power modifier, but it isn't too bad. It's only 20%. It doesn't affect the damage too much. Now, of course, there is more space here to add more things. But I don't know what I want to add just yet until I see those red mods. I just want to hold off at the moment because right now the way this is set up, and even though I'm not holding a sniper rifle in my hand with way more base damage, which would be great, and I've got obviously not the sniper rifle reactor, I can't get it yet, this build is still performing extremely well. I'd like to show you how well it's performing now again against one of the bosses. So let's dive into that right now. So we're going to go ahead and fight Pyromaniac. Yes, because this guy is annoying. He's also weak against chill. So this is going to be really good for us. Now, I did try this build out against the other bosses as well, the other solo bosses, and it pretty much almost one-phased them. They had a tiny bit of life left. Didn't quite get the one phase on the other bosses. Pretty close though, very close. And I can tell you this much, once I get that sniper rifle in my hand with the correct reactor later in the week, oh, we're definitely going to be doing one phases across all of them. So expect that video to come very soon. So right now I just activated my 3 and you can see the stacks are now starting to build up. We want to try and get it to 16 as a max. And there we go, we're at 16. We activate the 2 and bang, 9.6 million damage. Straight into the sniper rifle, we're hitting for about 3.8 million. 4 shots and it's over. I mean, that's kind of cool, isn't it? 4 sniper shots and a 2 and we did it. I didn't even use the 1. So yeah, really, really good stuff. Taking Pyromaniac out on hard. Obviously, he is weak to chill, but I just want to show you how effective Hailey is against a boss like this. So there you go, guys. This is my build for so far for Hailey. Obviously, we're going to continue to optimize this. And again, I'll bring you another vid once I get the sniper rifle equipped with the right reactor and see what the damage difference is going to be. I think it's going to be a lot more higher. So hopefully I'll be able to bring you some more bosses getting 1 phased. But until then, I hope you enjoyed this video and it helps for you guys that are currently working on your Haileys. I'll catch you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. But until then, stay safe and of course, peace out.